A very good afternoon to everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today in this session. And my name is Meenakshi Oberoi. I'm happy to be here. I'm CEO of T Pedagogics, and we bring to you PD sessions which are specially focused on education and aimed towards educators and students. And it's a pleasure to bring to you today a topic that is more relevant than ever, and that is of cybersecurity. With today's session, our aim will be to empower every educator who joins us in this room and beyond as we share the recording of this session on our social channels as well. And we encourage people to actually view that and learn more. So, our aim today is to be able to maximize our outreach and help everyone, every educator, to be a cybersecurity champion. In this journey today with me is my partner in crime and buddy, Ms. Doita Parmar. I'll ask her to come in to please introduce herself. Whoops, looks like I have to make Doita a presenter. Just give me a minute. Sorry about that, Doita. There you go. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, and no worries at all. A very good afternoon to everyone out here. I am Dohita Parmar. As Meenakshi said, yes, part of ever growing the pedagogics. So, yes, today's session is going to be really an insight wherein we talk about the much needed topic that is cybersecurity, which we really need when we are into technology. When we talk about technology in our classrooms, in our day to day life, 24 by 7, this is really the need. Thank you so much for joining in. We would love to know from which school and from which city you have joined in with us. Feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat window as well. During the session, if any doubts, queries, anything else that needs to be addressed, please feel free to share in the chat window. We will be more than happy to address the same. Thank you so much, Meenakshi.
Thank you for sharing, a beautiful introduction and giving us a basic hygiene. So I think with that, let's just begin talking about it. The first thing that I would want to mention is that in our increasingly digital world, the role of educators have evolved. We are no longer just a teacher going to the school to teach. We are all digital educators today. We're not just responsible for imparting knowledge or shaping young minds. We're also the guardians of the digital space where our students learn, explore, and communicate. Because very often we send out messages. I'll just pause here. Duita, you've raised your hand.
I'm sorry that just happened. But
No problem. No problem. So, with the rise of online learning, education apps that we use, and the digital collaboration tools that we use, it is extremely important that we ensure the safety of these environments, and it has become as crucial as the lessons we teach. So, cybersecurity is no longer a concern for just IT departments. It's a shared responsibility that requires awareness and action from all of us. Our endeavor today would be to make you aware of some simple things that each one in our organization can do to make our organization stay safe, secure, and have some practices in place so that every click, every download, and any piece of shared information can either contribute to a safe learning space or expose our students and ourselves to a potential risk. And we would definitely not want to go that way. So, what we are looking at today is the increasing, ways in which we can engage you as educators, and you can then engage your students to make this place a super safe place and not a fear anymore. We don't want to hear anymore that our students will not go online because that's not possible. I believe that today whether we give them assignments that require online learning or not, students are anyway seeking online, learning platforms. And like I've always said, we are here to have a very interactive session. So, we would like to know from you on a fist of 1 to 5. And I know you cannot give me a fist, so just give me, a number in the chat window. share with me your knowledge level about cybersecurity. I would like to know our audience better. So, when I say the word cybersecurity, what is the familiarity or comfort level that you have with cybersecurity? Give me a response in the chat window by giving me one, two, three, four, or five. I could have done a poll here, but I'm just simply asking you to give me in the chat window. That just helps me engage. Okay, two, three, two, five. Oh, Neha, you're going to be a good buddy to me. Three, two, four, two. Four is not bad, Shirley, ma'am. I am not a four at that. So, yeah, two, three. I really like that, the kind of honesty that's there in the responses. Two, three. Yeah, exactly. We're not IT experts. We're not expected to know it all. But it's a great place to just be together to know, okay, I like Rashmi ma'am's response, dicey. I'll take that word. And, all of us are, we know a little bit, but we don't know a lot. And we don't even need to know a lot. But I think there is some place where we need to have a comfort level to say, okay, I think I can handle this much. And I think with the increasing frequency of, cyber attacks in education that are there, it just highlights the urgency and the need to be more vigilant, to be more proactive, and to be more knowledgeable. So those are our three major objectives here. And with that objective in mind, thank you so much for those humongous, responses that we're getting in the chat window. Really good to know you all here. But really, there's no fear. Remember that a stitch in time always saves nine. I am a big time believer of that. And by taking simple proactive steps now and always and periodically, we can prevent small issues from becoming big ones or problematic later. So there is no need to, I don't know if there are comfort level in the classroom or not, but I don't think there should be a need to panic or hide from realities of the digital world. We just need to face them head on. And today we'll explore how do you and me and us as educators can explore cyber security and if not become a champion, at least embark on the road to become a champion. So, we'll discuss practical strategies to protect our classroom and digital environment, tools, and safeguard sensitive information, ways to teach our students of how to be safe, online. We're going to share something super simple with you. So, without further ado, let's just start unpacking. First and foremost, what is cybersecurity? Define it for me. It's a very simple practice of protecting internet connected systems that includes everything that is digital, that is hardware, software, and data, and from attacks, damages, and unauthorized access. So that's the most concise definition, online definition, Wikipedia, or whatever definition of cybersecurity. And I think that's enough for us to know. One more thing, why is it important? I think I've said enough. However, I think as we become more digital, we just understand that there are pieces that can be a part of the cybersecurity protection that we need to know about. For example, what's hacking? I think we all know hacking by now. Malware, ransomware, phishing, many words here. So probably that's something that we need to understand, and that's what we're trying to unpack here. And why do I need to know about it? Well, those are terms related to cybersecurity. Let's just have some knowledge about it. That's about it. Just knowledge level. Okay. So don't be scared. We're going to go super simple. So, the current landscape first. Let's look at the current landscape. All of us use emails, we do login, and we do store files or we do exchange files. Did you know? These are how. This is where the attacks are successful. 30% of users open emails from attackers. 10% click on attachments or links. Scary. 63%, that's super alarming, of passwords are weak, default, and or stolen. Okay, raise your hand if you have a super secure, password and you're very confident this can't be hacked. So I'm sure of the 180 plus people that I have, there will be very few who will raise their hands. And I know who all are raising their hands are mostly IT or ICT people, right? We, the common people, make the common password, which we can remember very easily. But no, it doesn't work that way. So, today we're going to spend some time on understanding how to be good at passwords creation. Okay. All right. And also, 58% of users accidentally share information. That's something that can be avoided, and that is exactly where our focus is going to lie today. And why these while you said that your password is success is pretty good, take a look at that. Why are attacks so successful? Because it takes only 4 minutes for a hacker to get into your network, but 99 plus days, that is business days, to discover that they've been breached. Yes, it is super scary. All of us have seen news like these flash on our screens. What have we done about it? Not sure. I'm not trying to scare you, but here's a snapshot of data. This is an old data. This is not a new data. This was in 2018. But look at that scary possibility of scams, cost spread beyond monetary loss, and that monetary loss, I'm 100%, has become 100%. But once again, I'm not here to scare you. What I'm here for is that I think schools are now ready to invest good time, thought, and probably make an investment into their safety for their students and for the kind of tremendous pressure to keep students' data safe. It is extremely important for us to reduce the exposure to risks, detect attacks, and respond to threats. And we can do this in an absolutely simple manner, but this is imperative. It's an important step, can be overwhelming. Therefore, we are here to make it non-overwhelming. One last piece of information that I really want to show is this piece. The education sector, well, this is what the survey says. The education sector regularly literally makes up over 80% of the reported malware encounters in 30 period day. Can you believe it? And traditional passwords are increasingly vulnerable. That's why spoke about that. The average student often neglects best practices for password security, frequently opting for simple and easily guessable passwords, and they love guessing each other's passwords. And poor security practices can lead to significant consequences. And I don't want to once again scare you. While the schools have focused on encouraging a very proactive access control approach, such things are only manageable by simple practices like creating a stronger password. Success ultimately depends on students because they are the largest in number in our organization. So, to protect the school devices and data, the first thing is that we need to educate our students, not by putting them one day in a room on a cybersecurity training, but this should become a regular part of our endeavor to bring cybersecurity knowledge, practices, and doables to students and discuss it at the forefront rather than putting it behind. So while I've already given you the scenario, I'm sure you are at least with us when we say it's the need of the hour. Now, talking about you and I, common people, common educators who have no knowledge about these terms, which are big terms for us, right? Which are IT terms for us if we call it correctly. I just want to decipher this very simply. Uh, okay, no, actually, I'm going to ask you first. These are the four terms that are very common: firewall, phishing, malware, encryption. Is there any term of the four that you are familiar with? Which one sounds so not so alienated to you? Share with me in the chat window which terms of these fire exactly. Firewall is something most of us know, right? Yeah, scary, alarming. Yeah, I know it is, but then don't be scared because we are here for you to help you understand all of this. And if there are any IT experts here, please excuse us if we say or do anything incorrect. Okay, firewall, largely firewall. Oh, there are people who know phishing too. Fantastic. So let me just put firewall aside by saying that it's a security system that will actually monitor and control any incoming or outgoing network traffic, and it'll act as a barrier between the trusted internal network and untrusted external network. So that's what your firewall is. When we talk about phishing, Now, that is a technique that is used by attackers to trick you as an individual into revealing your sensitive information. Let's say, passwords, credit cards. You've heard it all around you, right? There are people who are literally shouting out of the radios and TV screens telling you, don't do this, don't share your password. There are SMSs that come to you. But mostly, what we don't understand is that, okay, why are we not supposed to do it? Now, all of that is a part of phishing. I will let Duita take this forward in a minute to help you understand what is phishing. And, for people who are pretending to be trustworthy sources, please don't trust them. The next one is malware. It's a malicious software designed to damage, disrupt, and gain unauthorized access to your computer system. For example, virus, worms, ransomware, and you'll be shocked when I show you my own, organization's security screen, which will show you the number of malware that's sitting in my system, and I am still protected. So touch wood. I really want to knock on the wood by before I actually say that, but really I want to give you a glimpse of that as well. And where can you find that glimpse? I will tell you. You must go back into your organizations to find that. The last one is encryption. Encryption is something very simple. It is the process of converting your data into a coded form to prevent an unauthorized access. Okay, so encrypt this information. You understand that. I don't need to help you, decipher this more. This was the easiest one. I would have written encryption if I were you. So only authorized users with the with the key to decrypt it can access your original information. So that is what encryption means. Encryption is very simple. In your Word, PowerPoint, Excel, or whatever tools you use, you can encrypt them very easily. Yeah, how to do that in a minute. Before I move onwards, I think at this stage I would like to invite Ms. Dwita here to take you onwards to help you understand further about these three things and to give you a deep dive into these threats, because it's always good to know the enemy so that you're able to deal with it. So, it's knowing your enemy time with Dwita.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi ma'am. And yes, on that note, the screen which is showcasing these three important terminologies or the so-called words, these are the cyber threats for educators. And as stated in the initial stages, it's not only educators, but it's for everyone. The very first is phishing attacks, as if somebody is phishing something. If you see the image as well, we are phishing out. So you have your net and you have your phishing line, and you are phishing out something. And what are you phishing out? These are the cyber criminals who definitely use fake emails, websites to steal all your sensitive data, which includes your login credentials and your financial information. They trick you into giving away your personal information. They also use fake emails, texts. It could be as simple as phone calls, or as I said, websites that look very legitimate to lure you in. They are so attractive that you literally get lured into it. Phishing relies on social engineering, which is manipulating people. And if we talk about other cyber attacks, which directly target the computer systems, phishing scams target you, the person, the human user. They use fake stories, pressurized tactics are used, and the sense of urgency to trick you very, very easily. There would be an email which states that click on an link, click on this link, and it takes you there and there, right? Or it could be an attachment, a file attachment, which is not safe to be opened up as your the passwords that we use. So your credentials, or somebody asking you as simple as transferring funds over there. The next in line comes malware. Malware is something wherein your malicious software infects the devices that you are using, which causes the data breaches ransomware attacks, and there are other cybersecurity threats in education as well. So when I talk about malware, it is literally a software which is specifically designed to damage, disturb, or very simply gain the unauthorized access to a computer system. And these softwares are majorly used or generally made for monitoring the computer activities which are happening, stealing, encrypting, or deleting the data, hijacking computing functions, or spreading automatically. And there are different types of malwares as well. We think that one simple virus is there, but no, there are many different types as well. And your computers or your devices, if I say, which includes our mobiles as well, which we do use 24 by 7 in our hands. They reach all these devices by downloading a file which has been sent to us through an untrusted source or an attachment which is infected. It could be a simple pen drive that we are using, or even on clicking on a link in an email that we have received.
Before,
Cyberbullying.
yeah, before you go there, I would definitely want to show them because while you listen to all of this, you would definitely want to know where do you think this lies. So, apologies for just coming in here like that, but I'm going to share my screen here. I told you I'm going to show you the threat analytics, and you always feel you're safe. I'm an M365 user, okay, and over here, this is Microsoft Defender that is built within. Do you see the threat analysis? There are 103 ransomwares, thankfully, no extortions. There are 62 cases of phishing. Activity group is 192 and vulnerability is 123. And look at the kind of threats that are coming in. I mean, honestly, when I saw these, I couldn't believe this that, how come this is sitting in my system? We don't even know that. I mean, we try and be so very proactive while using this. And then I said, who are the risky users? It actually listed my risky users as well. So, it's up to you how you want to identify where is this. You can simply just go to Microsoft Defender and your admin can log in from their ID. I am the admin here, so admin can log in. You can get email notifications about it, but it's important that we give this a serious thought. This is our Microsoft Defender, dashboard. You will simply just look at it in a minute. There you go. As it gets populated, it gives you your secure score as well. So it tells me, imagine my secure score is only 49.84%. You can actually look, this is a representation of the security posture. What is it that we are doing right and what is it that we are not? It's going to give me many measures. How can I improve my score? It'll help me view my history. And of course, there is enough training available over here. If you see on the left hand side, now people often tell us, we don't know what is all this. We've never been trained on all of this. This is something that is new. So please go to what's new and find out what is new. There's a whole community here that can help you. And there are guided tours here of these cloud apps that you can take, or in your organization, somebody can take who should be in charge of all of these so that we know what is happening in our organization. There is also a learning hub. Now, when you go over here and you view these learning resources, when you click over here, it will take you to the training resources from where you can learn about all of this. Yeah. So I'm just pausing here. Dvita ma'am, you can go ahead and share your screen. And honestly, we're not trying to scare you here by showing you all of this, but this is a reality. Let's face it. Let's just say that, yeah, I want to know what my organization, how secure is my organization. Simply go to security.microsoft.com. I'll give that link in the chat window. Ask your admin to log in using that ID, and you'll know what we are talking about. Yeah. Cyberbullying is something that's you are very familiar with. We will not go into deep down details, but I'll let Duita throw some light on it. But we will almost skip it because I think that's something that all of us are familiar with. Yeah. Please go ahead, Dohita. Dohita ma'am, you're on
Okay,
mute.
yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. So that is another security that needs to be taken care of. So yes, cyberbullying. Uh, we sometimes do not even realize that this is again a day in, day out part and parcel of our lives, but we do not realize it. Wherein students, they can use technology, and students, yes, they use technology a lot than us to bully, harass, or intimidate others. This can lead to drastic emotional distress and affect academic performance as well. Sending or sharing some hurtful or abusive messages, emails, spreading rumors or lies online, setting up fake online profiles. We hear it again every day. A Facebook or fake Facebook profile is there which does not belongs to anyone. So this definitely brings down the morale also of low of our students, and we really need to be mindful. We need to talk to them and be with them as well. Some of the cyber threats for educators again, remote learning vulnerabilities. We are into remote learning. We always go ahead and join in a course or something because we really want to learn something new. But in that, we need to be ensured that we are into virtual classrooms. Yes, but we need to be safe. Video conferencing platforms or collaboration tools, which can be targeted by cyber criminals very easily. And the next is the IoT security, that is the Internet of Things, wherein many educational institutions are incorporating IoT devices. For example, smart boards that we use in our classrooms, or the so called connected devices as well. The campus security systems, which are installed throughout the campus. But these devices may again be vulnerable to security, which can be exploited by attackers to gain unauthorized access or disrupt operations as well. Something which we thought we never knew. So, what exactly is phishing? I'm just going to play this short video. I hope it's going to be audible.
Phishing is a way crooks try to bait you into giving up your personal or financial information. When you see an email that seems a little fishy, you can sniff it out. Let's look at some of the common features of phishing. There's a sense of urgency. Something is going to be canceled, money is due, or maybe there's a reward, and it's imperative that you act right now. Although it may say it's from a company you know, look carefully. That email address certainly doesn't look right. There's a lot of bad email out there. Major email providers filter and block dozens a day before they reach your inbox, but still some get through. That's one reason phishing emails may look sloppy with bad grammar or strange formatting. They're trying to get through the filters. Some phishing emails will include an attachment. Never open attachments you weren't expecting, even if they appear to be from somebody you know and trust. If you receive a surprise attachment, reach out to them. Confirm the attachment is legitimate before you open it. The same is true for links in email. If you mouse over one, you can see where the link is going. That looks fishy. Instead of clicking the email link, it's safer to go to the company homepage through your browser. So, what should you do? Reporting it will help block other attacks like this, and should move the email out of your inbox. If not, you know what to do. Delete it. For more, go to support.microsoft.com/security.
I'm just going to stop sharing my screen for a second. And yes, I'm going to invite Meenakshi ma'am out here to talk about learning objectives or what all we can take forward from here.
Thank you, Dohita. I think a great light on what is phishing and What are the kind of threats that loom? I think we've spoken enough about all of that. I would want to just do one thing before we move onward, share some best practices. Please, this is something. Yeah, Duita, would you like to take this?
All right, thank you. Yes, before we move ahead, a very quick look at all the best practices that we can do to secure our digital learning platforms. Again, a varied number of that we use. The very first is regular training. Continuous training for the school staff, for the students on the safe online behavior and best cybersecurity practices should be a regular feature in our curriculum in our school. Regular audits should happen. Go ahead and conduct regular audits of the IT systems so that we are able to identify and mitigate potential vulnerabilities. Collaboration with experts. So when we talk about hardware and software providers, you need to partner with them who can offer guidance and support so that it is ensured that the school systems are secure enough. The security software. Invest in robust security softwares which can help you to detect and prevent cyber attacks. And last but not the least, we need to use the resilient and secured endpoint devices, which are really essential to secure hybrid education. Whenever we talk about hybrid education in the classroom as well as using systems.
Yeah, I think I would
Thank you.
thank Suita. Yeah, I'd like to add over here that, sometimes, with training especially, it's not always going to be like a one touch point. Today we have a cybersecurity training because it's a part of our calendar. No, I think it should be calendared pretty regularly. Please have surprise security checks in your school. For example, you have earthquake drills, you have disaster drills. Have a cyber, drill as well. Extremely important. With regular audits, please do not have only have calendared audits, or the IT team can actually plan all of this in a proper way, and we are here to guide you in any case. And please, do reach out. Don't just call the same popular experts all the time. There are different experts for every. For example, call a phishing expert today, call just a malware expert today, call just a encryption expert today. Let's do something that is more deeper than just a surface knowledge, because that's what we need right now. Softwares, you have enough softwares within your M365 environment. Also, your the entire ecosystem only suggests you more software. So please don't look outside, because what happens is, when you're bringing in too many security systems from different companies, there is a kind of a duplication. Rather than giving you extra layer, they're giving you the same layer. It's like, wearing a puffer jacket or three puffer jackets, or wearing a layer of puffer jacket, or probably a waterproof jacket and other jackets to protect you from cold. So it's always important to see what you already have. And for your IT admins, it's super easy. I'm going to once again pause here to share my screen, take you to, I'm actually literally just, bringing my dashboard to you over here. Here, when you go to your admin panel, this is your school's admin panel. Every M365, Office 365 users have it. There is training for admins available. There is advanced deployment guides also available. Over here on the left side menu, one, you have reports, two, you have health. Here it gives you the complete service health. Additionally, you also have your own admin centers. Now, when you go to admin center, please take a look at this. The first one itself is compliance. How many of us have visited this? How many of us have looked at the endpoint manager? How many of our IT teams have helped us know how secure are we? Where is the search and intelligence going to take us? So, what I'm trying to tell you here is, before making an investment into security, please look at this. Look at this universal print. It actually gives you a zero trust security in mind. This has been built in especially for that. Therefore, please look at your existing infrastructure first before buying anything. Now, let's say you want to go to this one. This is exactly where I took you. This is security.microsoft.com. This is being provided by Microsoft Defender. If you need more softwares, there are softwares listed over here as well. So you have a complete catalog available over here as well. So look within rather than looking outside. Yeah. I know all of you are not IT people, but I think you're going to carry the message back. That's what I am expecting and trusting you with, that you're here for with a purpose, and I seriously and sincerely hope we're able to meet the purpose. Now, while we are talking about all of this, what's extremely important is to talk about two major things. Number one, device security. Number two, online security. So my rest of the session is going to focus on that. I'm going to go to device security first, and sorry, device safety first. And when you are using a school computer, that is a computer provided by school, the students and teachers are protected by schools systems. But when at home, or you're using your own personal laptop, that's where we need extra protection. But that's not the only place. But I think after having heard so much, first thing that you want to hear is, okay, why me? Why do I have to do it? Very simple. It's your data. You own it, you control it. The IT team can run the service for you, or Microsoft can run the service for you. We can be accountable to you, but it is your data. Therefore, who's going to protect it? You. And this stands true for every user, not just you as an educator, but every user. So we need to know certain keys. So I'm here to share three keys with you, three major keys. Number one, protect from inside. That is, you have to know what's inside. Understand the technology needs of students and educators, and let's manage access. 51%, more than half of all the K-12 digital breaches inadvertently were caused by community members, and more than half were either unintentionally. You've shared a document somewhere and the access is wrong, or your passwords. These are two major places where we give in. There are enough apps in our Microsoft store also, which can help you with these security pieces. That's why I keep saying, before going for any software outside of one, believe in one umbrella and stick to that. Here's a way to stay protected. All of you use Windows devices. Please go to the security piece and see if you are in green or not. Now, how will you go over here? You can go do simply this. Just go to the start button, go to settings, update in security and Windows security. That's where you're supposed to do. Go and look, and you will get green, yellow, and red signs. Green definitely means there are no more recommendations. Yellow means safety recommendations are there for you. So this is your basic and first step that you need to take today, literally, to get Windows security at least going in your system. Yeah, simple, easy, right? So I can trust that you are going to go ahead, and that's the first piece. Outside of this session that you are going to do, you must please go ahead and take a look at what's happening in your system. It is extremely important. Yeah. So I'm also going to give you this link in the chat window so that you have this link with you. I think I'll trust Duhita to do that. And yes, thank you. Oh, thanks for those thumbs up. I actually thought I put you to sleep or something. Okay, I was able to get it, but please make sure that that's the right link and help me there. Okay, key number 2, defend. Please. Between 2015 and 2016, ransomware attacks increased by 600%, and we are sitting in almost beyond the middle of 2024. You can imagine what the scenario is like. So, what should we do about it? Yeah, I've talked enough about this. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to talk about just one thing: securing your sign in process. That's what we are going to talk about. So, let's talk about passwords. Let's talk about how to keep them safe, and let's talk about how to get your passwords to be to be too many. Let's not have too many passwords, right? So creating a secure password is your responsibility. How to keep these passwords secure? You have multiple apps in your Microsoft App Store which can help you store passwords. So you have lockers, password lockers. Please use them. There are few which are free of cost as well. Please use them. Yeah, it's extremely important. Um, get rid of passwords altogether. Yes, that's possible. You will absolutely enjoy when I say this, but honestly, yes, it is possible. How? It is MFA. It's the multi factor authentication. It's a combination. A password, something the user knows. A verification, something the user has. An access, something the user is. How does this happen? It happens in a very simple manner. And before I take you on to that, let me show you this very quick video on MFAs, because that's something that you are already experiencing and probably you're not in favor of, because your students will need a mobile device, a smart mobile, to get a message or something. So here you go. Let me know if you can't hear it.
When you sign in with your ID and password, you're using authentication to prove you are who you say you are to use a service or a device. But we can do better, since usernames can be easy to discover, and remembering a good password is at best a chore. That's why banks and other online services use a second layer, a second factor to be more secure. This is called several things, including two-step verification or multi-factor authentication. Your sign in, your username and password, that's one factor. That's something you know.
Oh, that was simple, isn't it? Well, it is very simple, but I understand and I hear you when you say that, can't be done with students. Because, see, what happens is students using the mobile phone is something that we are not very happy with as as adults, right? Well, there's a solution for everything. Um, a study has shown that students can now use MFA without a phone. So what Microsoft has worked towards is that students do not need a mobile phone to log into their school accounts. How they can do this? We are sharing a link in the chat window, and you could actually share it with your IT teams, and your IT managers will manage this for you. It's just been launched. There is a whole article on this, and we will share that with you. But honestly, it is something that is super simple that you can actually do in your school to build in MFA where your students will not require mobile phones. So with K-12 students, more than anybody else, I think we understand that when you come across the same password multiple times, and you don't want your students to fall into that trap, it is important that we provide them. Here's your piece for cybersecurity. And so traditionally MFA processes are unrealistic for students, let's call it that. The primary students definitely cannot do all the steps that have been just shown in this whole program. But the good thing is that you use your personal device for authentication. And the simple way to do that is that passwordless authentication also does not require a mobile phone now. So, for use of SMS or voice calls, and yet it leverages advanced technologies like biometrics and PINs, which are more secure, user friendly, and popular based on feedback from end users. So, passwordless authentication is a reality with Microsoft, and it adds another multi layer of safety for your students. For example, if the students' biometrics are used as a part of the Windows Hello Face authentication system, the biometrics will never leave the device, and the data is hashed and the store and it is stored locally. So instead of being on the cloud, also if you use a pin for Windows, the hello pin is tied to the specific device. So if malicious actors obtain the access to pin, they still will not have access to the device. Isn't that such a blessing? So, transitioning from a passwordless MFA without a smartphone, it is a significant step, I think, towards securing our students' data and enhancing the overall, I would say, even for us, And by leveraging this opportunity, we're just allowing our students and our members, I would say, of our institution to actually go ahead and use this opportunity. So I've given the link in the chat window for you to view how this complete passwordless authentication can happen. And here it is, and it's all a unified platform. And it is the use of with the use of generative AI. Earlier there were multiple places. Here's Copilot that has come into action, that can be very, very useful. But remember, please remember, it's your data, right? And therefore, who's responsible? You own it, you control it, you're responsible. At the end of the day, you're the one who needs it most. I want to put it like that, right? Therefore, training is very important. Training your users on using, protecting, and enabling your devices is extremely important. uh, there is another way to train. It's always, like I said, it's not always like a session like this. I have about 240 or 250 people in the room. That is fantastic. But what is more important is, how do I reach the ones who are not in this room? Regularly, we post on our social media, and we also write articles. So here's one that you could actually share with your team members. Allow them to read. This offers you very simple steps into how can you stay secure. And we've tried using a very simple language here to write this article. So it's super helpful, and it'll be great if you can share it with your colleagues who are not here. And of course, please do read, do comment, do ask for more, ask questions, so that when we are writing our next article, we have enough to offer to you. And that while we are doing so, we are able to address the common queries that you might have, right? So that is one thing. Number two, even on our social channels, thank you so very much. We are growing every day, and we are now 1017 strong. So here you are. Please go ahead and follow us. We do micro learning sessions, something very simple that you could do on a mobile phone to keep safe, something on a Windows device that you could do to stay safe. So today it's almost a launch of this program that we are going to start on Instagram, where every day we'll be sharing quick tips into staying safe. And I sincerely hope that you do join us there and be a part of these micro learning opportunities that we offer through Instagram. We'll share the joining link as well over here. You could simply just follow us, and as you follow us, you will get notifications that you'll get a notification if there is something new that has come up. All of us watch reels, don't we? Let's watch something useful out there. So that's one. Okay, now coming to passwords. Do remember, your passwords need to be unique for each of your device. And you'll say, oh my God, she has made our life more difficult. How can we have a different password for each of our device and remember all of that? Well, let me tell you something. Passwords are like toothbrushes. You don't share those with anybody, right? You have to choose a good one. You should never, ever, 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 ever share that with anybody, and change it occasionally. I'm just being nice here by saying change it occasionally, as occasionally as you can. because it's extremely important. And what is a good password? Well, a good password, a minimum of, yes, a minimum. I'm saying minimum. I would have actually put 25 here. But a 12 character password containing at least one uppercase, one symbol, and one number would take 34,000 years for a computer to crack. Okay, for a computer hacker to crack. Okay, I missed that word over there. Sorry about that. But do remember, I'm going to make this 25 characters. It's not much. All of us know our alphabets, right? All you have to do is randomize. And one of my hacks, well, use punctuation marks. I know you can't guess mine, and you can't guess anybody's because actually, right now you can because they're going to be super simple. And if I give you a chance here, that if you know somebody, find out what the password is. And I actually do this when we do cybersecurity sessions in schools, we actually do that. That you, who's not even a hacker, can crack each other's passwords sometimes. They're so simple. Many a times, ask Duita, and she'll tell you, many a times when we go to schools and we tell them, can you put in your password? And they'll say, we don't remember. And we start telling them, okay, how about this? How about that? Is it a part of it? What combination? And believe you me, mostly you will get it. Okay, you will get there. So it's really no rocket science. You can crack passwords super easily. So please use a 25 character password if possible. If not, 12 is something that I could bet on. Yeah. Okay. My third one, and almost the last one is a culture of vigilance. It's not just about you, it is about building that culture within your organization that is extremely important. Governance, there are no two ways about it. So, my three pieces here is develop a comprehensive security profile for your school, which means involve everybody, teachers, staff, students, parents. That's a mission you're taking on. Don't just wait for the parents to turn around to tell you your system is not secure. And then we turn around and say, okay, where did this happen? How did this happen? And then we go into it. No, we never started, making a football field after a football tournament was declared, right? So why should this be any different? You know, on this mission, have intelligent tools that make simple and quick decisions. For example, data loss prevention is one of the most common ones, right? This is one of the technology flags. Any email that is being sent from outside an organization with a person who's from outside the organization should be an alert for you. Simply giving you this confidence, I can show you how many quarantine messages are there for my organization. How does that quarantine happen? And I'll just give you a glimpse of that as well in a minute, right? You should see this because it's important for you to see what are quarantine messages. Do you even know that there is a quarantine message? And that you do get these messages, at least I do get these messages, and I'm sure there are enough alerts that are there within your organization as well, where you get email alerts to say this person's message has been quarantined, so it's not even allowed to reach your mailbox, and it is quarantined for you to approve whether this can be a part of your uh, main mail system or not. Yeah. So these are some of the intelligent threats that are already being filtered for you, and all you need to do is go there to approve of it or not as you like it. Yeah. So have a very quick check on your email. If you get an email saying this is quarantined, then please, this means that that's an alert that has been sent to you. Go and check it, because most of the times we just sit on it saying, okay, it's quarantined, that's fine, I don't need to pay attention. Please, please, please do go and check and approve or disapprove or block that one. Okay. Once all our members between teachers, staff, students, parents recognize that this is an alert and it is a security protocol, then they must pay attention to it. They will respond appropriately if we tell them how to. It just becomes automatic for them then. If it just strengthens the culture of vigilance and compliance within our organization, and with one location to manage this compliance. There should not be 10 people even in your IT team, or I know you need a backup or you need two or three people to manage this, but there should be one central location. That access should be with everybody. Entire suite of capabilities. Everything can be simplified if that entire team is on board with what has to happen. Yeah. So a secure school is something that we were looking at today, avoiding the perfect storm of security issues that can hit a K 12 campus. We needed to have this imperative talk with you of how you have been protecting your students and your data. New secure cybersecurity concerns arise every day, adding to the complexity of the entire element. But focus is on enabling student centered learning in a very secure environment, and security is the key to success. Cannot emphasize more on this. We're open to your questions. Would love to hear your feedback on this. This is more of giving you information and telling you about real world examples. For example, implementing MFA is a key step, but you also have passwordless MFAs. So you know that by transforming phishing from an unknown threat, you're actually avoiding a disaster which is almost waiting to happen in your organization. And in today's session, our run was to help those who were in the unknown area to go into the known area. We were here to break down the most common cyber threats that we encounter, show you how they work, and most importantly, let you know how to protect against them. And once you know what you're up against, you can prepare, respond, and keep your digital spaces more secure. And I hope that today we've been able uh, uh, to share an understanding of the risks and knowing how to deal with them. Truly, this would be half battle won for us if we've been able to achieve that. We would love to hear from you about please give us a candid feedback about today's session. Would love to hear back from you. If you have any questions, share in the chat window, raise your hand, we'll be happy to answer. And we eagerly await to meet you on 13th of August, that is next Tuesday, where we talk about what's new in Microsoft 365 or Microsoft EDU. And yes, I continually get this question of what is the code for today. There is there are loads of courses on Microsoft Learn that are available for security. I'm just going to share the link in the chat window. You have to learn because today was an informative session, right? We did not really train you on anything, we just shared information. So we would urge you to please go ahead and look up some of the courses for yourself, and under your educator center itself, you will find multiple courses on security. We urge you to go ahead and embark on that journey to know it all, because it's important for each one of us to know what's important in our in our system for us to know. And if we know about it, I think we can do significant things about it. And only you and you are responsible, along with your entire team, to keep your organization safe. And we sincerely hope that you do embark on this journey to know a little more about how to keep your organization safe. And this session is something that you might have benefited from. We thank you wholeheartedly for joining us, and look forward to seeing you next time, and that is on 13th of August. And yeah, I have a question in the chat window. Kritika ma'am, can you please recommend a few courses on cybersecurity on Microsoft Learn? Yes, there are plenty of courses for educators. I have this link available with me. Just give me a minute. And Duhita, if you can look out for more questions, I will be able to give certain links in the chat window for everyone to take back for courses.
Sure.
Just give me 1 minute. Thank you. If you have more questions, please do ask. We are here to help you stay informed, and I'm here to answer any questions if I can, to help you embark on this journey. I think there is a cybersecurity link that I have already shared in the chat window. I will share that as well. but this is where you can actually learn about, how to stay secure and protect your school. I'm giving that once again in the chat window so that you have this available to you and this will take you places. Yeah. Kindly suggest is certified. Yeah, Himanshi ma'am, these are certified courses. As you complete these courses on Microsoft Learn, you will get your certificate and your badge and there are no more codes that Microsoft offers on this. Okay, any more questions? Okay, any more thoughts? Anything that you want us to talk about? Yeah, I think thank you, Rashmi ma'am. We're really happy to see a very interactive audience, and our chat window says it all. And all I can say is, let's embark on this journey to stay safe, and also to take a look at some of the pieces where we don't have to look at anybody other than ourselves to stay safe in this world, in this digital world. And one last link for you of how to keep your students safe online. There you go. Stay safe, stay good, stay digital. Thank you so much. Bye bye, and take care. Have a really good evening ahead.